And here we are at our food lovers traffic swarm in front of the Central Market on beautiful Ghana country. So if you're here, feel free to say hello. We're going to be blocking 3 lanes of traffic. So we're blocking both directions of the street as well as the car park. We're going to be 2 minutes, and on top of that we've got a bunch of media, photographers and police presence as well. And we've got some singing going on by rebels as well, because we are peaceful and we are non-violent. So one of the questions here is, why are we doing this today? And it's because we are in a climate and ecological emergency. You might have read back in September that we're expecting over the summer for 3 months to have increased food prices because the water that's coming from the Murray-Darling Basin is sort of drying up. We've got, as the sign says here, heat, droughts, fires, flood, and much more happening here in Australia and around the world. If you've just joined us, feel free to hit a like or a comment. Let us know how we're going and let us know that everything's coming through clearly on our end. Really appreciate that. We're going to be doing several swarms today, blocking for a few minutes each, so we're going to move in between each of them. All right. And we're here with Marilyn. How you doing, Marilyn?
I'm well.
And what's
I'm here? I'm keen. I'm a farmer. I'm a grandmother, and this matters. We need a future. Our kids need a future, and we are rapidly approaching a moment where the tipping points mean we have no say. We all need to act, and we need to do it now.
right? And what's your role here today at the action?
I'm a marshal, just making sure that everybody's safe.
Excellent.
Making sure pedestrians can get past and keep it calm. Yep.
Cool, excellent.
Yep.
And did you do some training for that here at Extinction Rebellion?
I did Extinction Rebellion training, and I also trained with the school march,
Yep.
so that I could participate with them.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Marilyn. I'll leave you to it. So we're going to move around to capture some footage from the other side of the swarm. Luckily the weather today is held out. We were a bit concerned because it was spitting a bit before, but it's come out all good.
Marshall on the road. What do you think of all this, sir? What do you make of all this?
And it's worth pointing out that the drought conditions that we're experiencing here have already been happening all around the world. And so if you look back, even from, for example, in, say, Syria from 2006 to 2011, what their drought led to was a whole bunch of people moving from agricultural areas into the cities, which meant that there was less food because there was less people working on the land. From there, what we saw was that food prices increased, just like we're expecting to happen here, or we know will happen here, based on the news that we've received. And from there, that led to a bunch of instability as well. So it's really important to highlight that while things are pretty bad here in Australia, that they've been worse in other parts of the country that aren't as privileged or as fortunate as we are here. And so this banner here is sort of the opposite on the one from the other side of the street, which is about sort of choosing to live. So these are all the options that we have available to us now, if we choose to pursue them. And we're moving off. All right, so we're just going to have a talk to Danielle. What's your role here today at the Action?
I'm here as a Conscientious Protector, so out here holding the banner on the road and stopping traffic for 2 minutes at a time.
Right. And why have you joined us today?
I've joined you because I feel that not doing something about this huge crisis that the whole world is in is just unconscious. No, that's not the right word. Is not possible. It's not an option.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. And how are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Excited. I'm enjoying the singing. There's a lot of harmonising. It's good.
Excellent.
And it's good to get it out there, and lots of people seem actually to be quite positive about what we're doing, which is a really, uplifting kind of thing as well, because it means that the message is out there and people agree with what we're saying.
Excellent. Great. Thanks so much. I'll let you get ready and back in position. Thank you.
So when are you?
All right, and we're going to move over to this side of the street now to capture the swarm from this position. No, okay. It's worth pointing out that we are sorry for this interruption, but we've spent 30 years trying to do things through petitions, through contacting MPs, through the other forms of protest, and it hasn't worked. So now it's time for civil disobedience. If you're looking at this and you're interested in joining us, we've got a week of actions here in South Australia as part of the Spring Rebellion, with our big action happening this Friday night, the Spring Rebellion Block Party. There's a whole bunch of details on our Facebook page and on our website, so highly recommend checking that out. If you're available tomorrow at around lunchtime, then we're going to be doing a die-in action in Rundle Mall, where a bunch of rebels lay on the ground as if dead, to sort of highlight sort of the state of the crisis and where it's heading. We're also going to have our amazing Red Rebel Brigade debut at this action as well. All right, and that's off.
So we're going to do one more round, okay, Marshall? One more round. We'll give it a couple of rotations.
All right. Hello, who do we have here?
I'm Crystal.
And what's your role here, Crystal, today?
Today I'm with Community and Outreach, talking to members of the public, explaining to them what Extinction Rebellion is doing and talking about the climate and ecological crisis.
Right, and what's the response been so far?
Interested, pretty fascinated to see a protest. Lots of people that haven't seen a protest before. Also lots of people here that haven't been at a protest before that are being involved, so it's quite a good vibe actually.
Cool, and why have you decided to join us today?
I've done a lot of different environmental actions in my life. I've signed a lot of petitions, I've talked to politicians in person. There hasn't been any real response and change. You know, there's been some small wins, some councils have announced climate emergencies, but we're yet to see action. So yeah, it's kind of getting desperate. So we need to shake some things up and get some things moving, otherwise we're going to run out of time.
Excellent, thanks so much.
No worries.
I'll leave you to it.
Researcher.
Have a good day.
It's also worth pointing out that we're getting a bunch of support from people in cars as well, not just angry motorists. People understand what's at stake. And we're going to do one more swarm.
All right, everyone on again. Last time, let's make it a good one. Woo!
People gonna rise like the water. We're gonna calm this crisis down. I hear the voice of the great granddaughter say climate justice now. People gonna rise like the water. We're gonna calm this crisis down. I hear the voice of my great granddaughter say climate justice now.
Just giving you a final shot of the action. Check us out, we'll be on the news tonight by the looks of things. And just seen a tweet there that we'll be on 5AA this afternoon. So tune in for that and feel free to call in and let them know your thoughts. All right, and we're going to leave it there. Thanks so much, everyone.